Hey guys, he wasn't a WWE Hall of Famer, and Mick Foley has to announce on his new announce his performance in WWE Lesnar Steel is playing over. So Mick Foley has a new AEW chapter saying, um, after we're going to Mick Foley, after he confirms that WWE Lesnar Steel is playing over as he installs a new AEW chapter, adding, Mick Foley is currently done with his WWE Lesnar's merchandise deal, but he isn't leaving by throwing a seal around him to outside the door. And he currently had a, a thank you message for WWE, even while making it clear his next chapter is going to run through AEW. He said, Mick Foley talked to on his Instagram page, and he said his long merchandising relationship with WWE had come to the end. His lessons deal had finally expired, bringing in to the end to a 30-year relationship. I believe this message for WWE has of this day. I am no longer under a licensed merchandising contract, and I have a message for WWE at the end of our 30-year relationship. Have a nice day, he said. I didn't in this video before he said his message was I just working at WWE merchandise and marketing teams. He says I remember arriving in WWE back in 1996 after already spending 11 years in wrestling, and then he finally getting his first action figures in something that will be the only one. He said, I just sent a message for WWE. I just specifically for their merchandise and marketing people is thank you. When I got to WWE back in 1996, I had been into the business for 11 years, and I finally got an Asus figure. I figured that was my one and only Asus figures, and here is 2026. And I was honestly, in a couple of days ago, I received my longest quite a wildly statement in 10 years. So, and that part says a lot because Mick Foley has been openly clear that he was walking away from WWE. This was a money, was Sony partners, and if it was still a registered that paid him well is the merchandise side. He could remain the strong right up until the end and make Foley think to the people in WWE who kept his name alive to as a figure in all merchandise was over 30 years. So I want to thank anyone in WWE who had a hand in making decisions that I was someone worth making action figures for different types of merchandise for celebrating to the fans, wondering whether this means he is suddenly done with WWE for almost made history, and Mick Foley set that down too. He said he still has no issue saying WWE icons because he remains proud of what he did do. And for fans, I want you to know I have no problem signing WWE, and probably I'm proud of everything and I did do, but it's time for a new chapter in my life, before he said. And then came the AEW part before he said he is excited for the next, including AEW merchandise and all parts outside WWE. I'm looking forward to this putting in AEW, and I'm looking forward to making AEW as it can be. I'm looking forward to having merchandise that's coming out with AEW and all companies and I talked to today. And Mick Foley possibly emanates that he couldn't tease with WWE was difficult, spoken because he still had easy high paying opportunities entirely to WrestleMania weekend. He also said he's working on his own required way, more afraid for the same money, but he was fine with that trade-off, where it was a difficult decision to make to kind of cut teams with him. I haven't been employed by them for many years. I was, an independent contractor, but I did have a merchandising deal. I had a couple very easy, high paying events at WrestleMania weekend. As it turned out, I had to work 24 hours on my own to make what I would have made it for with WWE, but I'm okay with that. I believe if you want something, you go after it. You work hard for it. Before WWE split also came after he possibly criticized, so the company closed the tease to the White House and Donald Trump during the same interview. He said, Trump's comments after Bob Ronald's death pushed him over the edge. Oh man, this is such a type of, to me, that is punchable from anyone, let alone the most powerful man into the world, and you don't mocking people when they die, and why people in his party. Don't call him out on that type of behavior is not capable. That for me was the issue that both so coming back, but there's an awful lot of screws on that coming back already. So Foley is getting me subject is closed. Also bears aside, but it's not with bonus towards the people who hope to build his merchandise was a legacy. He thanked WWE was signed to the fans. He still is signed and then made it clear he is looking ahead to AEW and after whatever comes next for him. So, what do you think about Mick Foley ending his David Less's merchandise deal and moving into a new AEW chapter? Let us know into the comments below right here. So, I think according to Mick Foley is going to end that Less's deal on his merchandise is going to end for his new chapter for his life. He moves on for now. So Mick Foley was the best. He made history with a legacy. He part with AEW and his merchandise to set it in for his new chapter for him to come next. So let me know about your thoughts of Mick Foley, his merchandise, for his new merchandise coming in to AEW. It's coming soon. So we like this video and don't forget to like and subscribe. And by this time, peace.